Good afternoon, everybody. David Barnes, our dear friend David Barnes, asked us another question, beautiful question, excellent question about the video I made some months ago about the Jungian concepts of mythos and logos. Now, I'll admit a lot of where I got these ideas from partially would be from, what's her name, Karen Armstrong, but mostly from Rabbi Ariel Bar Tzadok. So a little bit of a mix of those two sources. But the answer, in my approach, in my view, and a lot of this also comes from Rabbi Moreno, Rav Yaakov Siegel Shlita, in the way that I approach a lot of these things, I'll say it like this. The logos of Judaism as opposed to the mythos. The logos is halacha, and the Yud Gimel Ikrim, the Rambam, is the rational part of Judaism. And the mythos is Midrash and Kabbalah. And that's my answer. Now, when it comes to these controversial issues, and you do find mystical sources that explain in a positive light why certain people struggle with certain sins, as you mentioned, and why these things exist, and how it's essentially misplaced love. It's like the old song goes, I know both Rabbi Siegel and Rabbi Moshe Weinberger, they always like to quote the song, looking for love in all the wrong places. We're supposed to be looking for love by God, and we're looking for love in all the wrong places. And it's not only in those sinful things, but all kinds of things we do in life. But that's basically the answer. The logos is halacha. That's our nomos, and that's our logos. It's the halacha, it's the Jewish law. We have to follow. Now, Jewish law is fluid to a certain extent, but it's not liquid. It's not totally amorphous. It's a non-Newtonian fluid. It's a solid. It's a fluid solid. Meaning, and I mean that, of course, a mashal. I mean that as a parable. I don't mean that it's actually ublek. But what I'm saying is that if we have to figure out how to balance these ideas, but essentially the main thing is to be a pious Jew, to follow halacha, to follow Jewish law. But Rabbi Nachman said two things. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, he said that one thing, he said you can interpret his teachings any way as long as it's not in violation of halacha. You understand what that means? That's one part. And the other part of it is that to be a true Baal Teshuvah, to be able to do Teshuvah, to be able to repent, you have to be a baki b'halacha. And there are different interpretations what he means there, but meditate on what this means. So you have to be proficient in halacha, both in the sense of the law, of Jewish law, also in the sense of the movement, the inyan of halicha and halacha. And that's pretty much the answer that I have there, is that you follow halacha, and it means you have to, and if you have a shaila, you have a posek that you follow, and you should follow consistently. I mean, if you want to follow Rav Yitzchak Abadi, you have to follow his chumras. You can't just follow his kulas. But he's 100% kosher, v'yosher, and a chredesh yid, and a posek, and a talmid chacham. But you have to. It's like they said. Chazal say already. You could do like Beis Shammai, Kechumroisa v'Kuloisa Beis Hillel, like Kechumroisa v'Kuloisa. You can follow the stringencies and the leniencies of Beis Hillel, the stringencies and the leniencies of Beis Shammai, but If you follow the leniencies of Beis Hillel and the leniencies of Beis Shammai, you're called wicked. Again, that's in that I would say in a mythological sense. And if you follow the stringencies of Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai, you're called a fool. And I would say that that's already almost in the logical sense. You know, how would you define a heretic? Generally, what's accepted in Klal Yisrael is the Yud Gimel Ikrim, the 13 principles of Maimonides. Now, the Rechaim, the Sons of Rav, said that anyone who doesn't believe that the Orach Chaim HaKadosh was written Baruch HaKodesh is not Bikaris. I say that in the colloquial sense, and not in the halachic sense. And you could say it's in the mythological sense and not in the logical sense. It's true, but in the mythological sense. You understand what I'm saying? You know, someone who doesn't eat cholent is a chshad for minas. The Ramah says already that he doesn't eat chametz on Shabbos. Same type of thing, but that's also in a logical sense because of the culture and the how we express ourselves religiously through our culture. You have to have wisdom to find these balances. There's one thing to have knowledge, but then to be a chemornos is svarim, to be a computer, to be a donkey that's carrying books, but to have intelligence and to have wisdom takes a little bit more, and life experience and growth hopefully helps people gain that, but not always. And through life, you learn more and more, and that's why it's good to have somebody to talk to about these things. All right, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. We'll see you later.